Come on, Nekko. Now!
Welcome, Jedi. The Force teaches us that what our eyes see and our hands touch is not always the truth of the world. The world bends to the will of the Force. As such, it may also bend to you.
Let's get this data disk back to Z.
I'll do this course as many times as it takes.
careful.
I haven't trained like this since I was a Padawan.
Exhausted.
Keep going. It'll be over soon.
We can hope.
A little more. Ugh! You must be strong for the task ahead.
That's all right. Let's ride. Come on. Let's go. Here we go.
Oh, quit complaining. I'm almost done. There. Good as new. Whew, what a wingspan. I see why they call you gliders. Bet you could fly around all of Kobo, couldn't you? Okay, off you go. Don't be a stranger.
Now, BD. BD, here.
done! What a show! Come here, my warrior friend.
I haven't seen such fighting since the championship.
We are in your debt.
What are you doing out here?
We were out looking for the biggest, strongest beasts to fight each other. Winner take all. Within our Holotactics game table, of course.
Holotactics, huh?
That's right. And you have just helped us gather beastly data for our game. Just as soon as we find a place to set up shop, of course.
My friend might be interested. He runs Pyloon Saloon.
Ah, yes. The saloon at Rambler's Reach.
That dumb? I didn't realize it was open. Well, tell you what. We're more than happy to bring Holotactics to Pyloons. It'll liven up the place. Let us make haste, Tully Moo.
All things in their own time, Bhima.
See you around. Force is with me.
Come on in, grab a spot at the bar.
I know what you are, for what it's worth.
Do you now?
Sure. The way you carry yourself. That saber on your belt. I won't say anything, of course.
Why not? The bounty could be your ticket off-world.
And I've already told you enough about my past business to land me in an Imperial intake yard.
Guess I'll have to settle for honor among outlaws.
Look, I know what it's like to have a losing streak tied around your throat. And I respect anyone who keeps fighting even when the chips are down.
You're a hard man to read, Moran.
Then, as they say, I've still got it. Not now, barkeep.
So how'd you become a music producer?
I was born on Riosa, in the Inner Rim.
I've heard of it. Lots of heavy industry.
Yeah, and you couldn't escape the factories. So I used to make little tunes out of the noise from them in my head.
You started early then.
And never stopped. Hit me up if you hear any good valley sounds, all right?
You got it, Ash. So what'd you do before you came here?
I used to perform in a medicine show. I was required to dress in garish outfits and read fortunes, while others would scam the audience.
That sounds a little demeaning.
Yes, but the experiences we carry always have a use, Sojourner. When I arrived on Kobo, I noticed a charlatan trying to swindle someone with fool's priorite.
How'd you know?
He wore long sleeves in the heat.
Sleight of hand, huh? I saw a merchant on Corellia do that.
An old trick. Well, I stopped the sale, and Doma has been grateful ever since.
And the swindler?
Tried the trick on the raiders, so I hear, and sealed his fate. Now is not the time to speak.
You're back. Guess you're not dead.
Hope you weren't placing any bets.
please. It'll take more than cutting down that chunk of Zeke to impress me. Take down a real killer. Then maybe I'll wager a credit or two.
Did you choose that paint job for the Stinger Mantis? Or was that Grease?
It's a little flashy for my taste.
Hey, when you're the galaxy's most wanted, you might as well go out in style.
The Mantis has gotten us out of more scrapes than I can count. She could do with more regular maintenance, but I couldn't ask for a better ship.
Then she lives up to her name. If I were you, I'd ride that thing until the thrusters fell off.
That's the plan.
We're ready when you are, Cal. Let's get a move on.
Copy that.
You're back! Oh, it's really good to see you.
It's good to see you too. How are things around here?
Between you and me, I think the management is much improved.
No more raider trouble here? Any threats we should be aware of?
Well, not since you put Ravis on the run. Come to think of it, they've been very quiet since then.
That's what worries me.
Don't worry about this place, Cal. I have everything under control.
Who taught you to hunt, Mosey?
Well, I grew up in a large family. My siblings and I competed with one another. For attention, praise, food sometimes. Had to be the strongest to stand out.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, Mama was hardest on me. Always pointing out a mistake, criticizing my techniques.
That must have toughened you up.
It likely did, but I've come to resent it. Probably the reason why I flung myself here.
I barely knew my parents.
Yeah. Well, that ain't always a bad thing now, is it? I'll look after things while you're gone, Cal.
That's right. The outpost is under our watchful eyes.
Easy there, cowboy.
I should probably get back to the kitchen. Rush hour should be starting any time.
Is there really a rush hour?
Yeah, of course, of course. Of course, that doesn't mean we get a crowd or anything, but it's still a rush for me.
Seems like you're happy here. I like seeing that, bud.
I got a kitchen and plenty of places to hide. I'm doing just fine. But I do miss my ship.
The Mantis misses you too.
Yeah, sure, I'll bet it does, the way you fly. Get out of here, it's almost rush hour. Now, where to start?
Hey, Monk.
Good to see you, Cal.
What kind of clientele you get here?
One dusty prospector after another, hoping to strike it rich on old tech or priorite. Sometimes I wonder why I bother. Anyone with real credits to spend leaves Kobo in a hurry. And at least they're less likely to die in here than out there.
You should write that on the side of the saloon.
Careful out there, sport. Seems plenty of sinister fellows are coming out of the woodwork these days.
Till next time, pal.
I wish those raiders would just leave us alone. Every time they smash things up, I'm the one who's gotta fix them.
The outpost is lucky to have you.
Sure. I just wish I could build something that couldn't be knocked down, that's all.
Yeah, me too.
Gets lonely patching up the outpost on my own. Be nice if I had a partner.
Seeing these High Republic ruins with my own eyes. How do you go back to the Academy after that?
Not something I expected to hear from a historian.
I didn't expect it either. Originally, I couldn't wait to wall myself into a library. Why visit one dig site when you could read about 30, right?
So what made you decide to leave?
It is hard to describe, but the more I learned, the more I wanted to get my hands dirty and live it. Not just read about it on a calf-stained terminal, you know? Take care out there, Cal.
You too.
You asked how life was different in my day. For one, I believe we were more charitable to one another.
Yeah, the Empire has everyone so afraid they just look out for themselves. What was it like back then?
Once I was running an errand for Master Kree, very time-sensitive business. I moved with such haste, I blew out my motivator. I was perfectly aware and completely immobile. Most embarrassing.
How'd you get moving again?
By chance, a friendly bystander diagnosed my predicament and graciously installed a replacement.
That's generous. Out here, they'd probably scrap you for parts. How'd you repay them?
I didn't. I never saw him again, but weeks later, I was able to help someone else. That chain of kindness kept the Republic going. For a while. Cal, I don't want to be that droid, but Cannibal won't discover itself. How may I serve? Remarkable, isn't it?
Can't go wrong with this.
I hope this will assist you.
Hazy. I heard Monk brought you up to speed on recent events?
I just don't understand. How can this shameful empire remain in power?
I don't know anybody who loves the Empire. But hey, there's money in Imperial salvage contracts.
Plus, for most of us, life has not changed too drastically.
Oh, don't spare my circuits. Tell me what you really think.
Well, sure, things are different. Back home, practically every lab is under military funding. But things are a lot like under the Republic. We go about our lives, send delegates to the Senate, vote.
What a vote is worth these days.
It's so difficult to imagine a galaxy without the Jedi. Like a trifle without its Redonian spark.
Stop by, won't you?
Our savior returns. Let me make a proper introduction. I am Bhima Ook, and this is my associate, Tulli.
As you can see, we have set up a game of holotactics here in Pyloon Saloon.
I'm Cal. Glad you made it back safe.
I'd say the same to you, but it seems there is no doubt that you can handle yourself.
I see you have a companion droid. They can add to your holotactics deck by scanning combatants.
Got it. The more scans BD collects, the more options I'll have in the game.
Exactly. Of course, there is nothing stopping you from playing right now.
Now, here's the question. Do you have... takes to best the rest of these tacticians? Don't forget, other opponents are still itching for a match.
We're off to a pretty good start here, buddy. Garden can use some of the new seeds I found.
Hey there. Glad to hear the Mantis is up and running again.
Hard to imagine life without her.
Don't worry. That thing's as sturdy as a bantha.
Not sure Grease would like his ship compared to a bantha.
Do I look like I care much what he thinks of me?
No, you don't.
That's right. I don't see what all the fuss is about with that droid.
I think she's talking about Z.
It's like that's all people want to talk about.
A droid that old is pretty exciting.
Well, I'm old. No one wants to talk about me. Look, let me tell you. I was one of the first people in this town, and I have seen a whole lot of fads and flavors of the week.
Like what?
Once had a fire truck come in. People paid to see her, too. 50 credits a pop.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Until she burned half the food silo down.
Ah, not fun.
See, stuff that's new is exciting. Sure, but what really counts is consistency. Reliability. Can I confide in something, Cal?
Sure.
Now, it ain't easy for me to admit, but I'm a big fan of Ash's music. Cannot get it out of my head.
It's catchy. You've got great taste. Why is that hard for you to admit?
Well, I don't know. I got a reputation, I suppose, for being tough, alert, ready to do what needs to be done. But, wouldn't you know it? Deep down, I was just born to dance, Cal. Found myself humming a tune the other day. Well, a customer thought I was out of my mind. Quality wares, 100% guaranteed.
Could use this.
Good choice. Practically had your name on it.
I'll grab this one.
I knew you'd pick that up.
This one.
I love